Picture this. A young girl, just about 13 years old, has reached one of the lowest points in her life that she probably ever would. The circumstances of her life have left her feeling hopeless and helpless. As a result of this, she has taken on the tormenting debate of taking her own life. While some days are better than others, the worst days are the most painful. One night, a long one, she finds herself fiddling with something that is far too sharp to be held to something as delicate as skin. The next morning, this young girl finds herself passed out in a pool of her own blood. This girl is my childhood best friend. Out of respect for her, I will leave her name anonymous, but the day that she told me this, my heart ached on a level I never thought it could. This changed my perspective on mental health forever, and it sparked a new passion for mental health for me. In order to help you understand this passion, I'm going to explain to you what anxiety and depression are, how and where they originate from, and methods to overcome them. Now, how many of you have experienced stress? As I'm sure many, if not all of you have, whether it be from a simple test or otherwise, stress is a normal and common feeling among college and high school students. The friend that I spoke of was diagnosed with anxiety and depression, which means she felt that sense of stress almost every day at a higher level. Though the terms anxiety and depression are commonly used, the definition is not commonly known. So what exactly are they? For individuals with anxiety, that seemingly simple feeling of stress is an almost constant sensation. According to the Yale School of Medicine, anxiety can be described as the feeling that one's internal resolve and strength is outmatched by an external stressor. This results in the defeating feeling of failure, and it causes a seemingly endless cycle. In addition, anxiety causes feelings like fear, worry, restlessness, and irritation. It can also be a major cause of insomnia, nightmares, and especially difficulty concentrating. Anxiety shares a lot of characteristics as depression, and while they are connected, they are not the same. Depression is considered a mood disorder that causes a persistent feeling of sadness and a loss of interest. That was as stated by the Mayo Clinic. Depression also includes an individual losing appetite, motivation, and even energy. As you can tell, these disorders both cause overwhelming feelings that can be detrimental to an individual if they're not resolved. The Heartgrove Hospital explains this complicated relationship by explaining that many individuals with anxiety fully comprehend that their thoughts are irrational, but they can't stop them. These feelings of losing inner control cause angst and an entryway for depression. These diagnoses can cause serious symptoms that are destructive to a healthy human being if they're not countered. In order to find ways to overcome these, it is first important to understand where they originate from. A circulating discussion in mental health today is what causes these afflictions. The first consideration is that it is caused by someone's surroundings. This means that if one goes through serious trauma at some point in their life, that this may cause mental health issues in their later life. The second consideration is that mental health disorders come from genetics. According to the Georgia Addiction Treatment Center, lower levels of neurotransmitters can cause symptoms that can lead to various mental health conditions. This implies that if an individual may not be able to overcome their circumstances or escape them because a depressive gene is passed along from their parents. Both of these statements are true, but it varies from person to person. Per the Heartgrove Hospital, research suggests that depression is caused by a combination of genetic, biological, environmental, and psychological factors. Another friend of mine from high school fell into this category. In our junior year of high school, she admitted to me that she felt like she had been losing herself and motivation to take care of herself. I recommended that she be honest with her family, and in doing so, they seeked out professional help. And after multiple psych evaluations, she was diagnosed with high-functioning anxiety and depression that was caused by childhood trauma and a chemical imbalance in her brain. Although circumstances such as these are extremely challenging, they are not impossible to overcome. Once the origin is determined, it is smart to take the next step, diving into self-help. Treatment for existing conditions vary for every individual and may include a combination of medication and therapy, as explained by the Yale School of Medicine. Self-help comes in many different forms, but one of the most common methods known is to alleviate the stressors in your life. This can be done through exercise, nature walks, hikes, journaling, drawing, painting, cleaning, and far more. And an alternative to this is seeking out professional help. While it can be good to talk to friends, it could cause their mental health to suffer, and it is better to find a professional. This allows one to have a healthy outlet and create a good relationship with a confidential professional. These simple solutions can help individuals gain control of their mental health over time. As I'm sure you've already learned by now, caring for your mental health brings its own set of challenges, but by understanding what anxiety and depression are, how they come to be, what can improve mental health, it is never impossible to overcome this. The young girl I spoke of at the beginning of this is a prime example. Now, after so many years of emotional challenges and battles, she has moved to Boston. She is attending the University of Massachusetts as a STEM major and has begun building her life in a city that she loves. Though she still has sleepless nights and bad days, she has found the good in life that is worth living for. Thank you.